Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenos noches, and todos en todo el mundo. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world. And thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK. I'll be your caster and cameraman for today. We'll do intros a little later. And $9 my co-caster. Why don't you take this opening hit before we talk about what's going on here?
Gladly. Got right into it here. 2-2 Smoker Hunter. Hunter actually going to go from the safe room with the spit. Smoker pull through, and the other guy can't clear because of the spit. Now he is able to get rid of the Smoker, of course. Well done. Only 3% taken. But that was, I really like the hit out the gate from Hokori.
Yeah, so do I. It's a North American reboot. They suggest equalize pings while they're in the middle of the game. But hey, they know what they're doing. This game has been long awaited for this week, Hokori versus Akatsuki, and we'll do roster rundowns as soon as we have the opportunity to. The spawns are up. Great sack rotation. Hunter jockey, charger, and spinner coming in. Here comes the jockey. Hunter gets blasted. The charger misses, and that's going to be a miss coming out from Hokori. Not much damage there, and Akatsuki should be able to get the tank up, and it will be the first tank of the game for Hokori into the hands of Zyko, and his teammates will be Aruki, Grizz, and Wristburner. Take it away for us. No.
Okay, and for Akatsuki, Verd, Aisha, Gohan, which are all pretty normal, but also Boo joining. Something we talked about quite a bit was that neither team really has its core roster here, and you might be surprised to have this match on a Monday, but we're just happy that the match is able to happen. It's great to have 8 players on the server. We see, of course, the entry of Wristburner, Rock Attempt as a double boom, and the 25 DP lands along with some MM1 BM out of Wristburner. Interesting. But I gotta say, MK, this tank is also quite interesting because with the 56%, they have to, it was scary, they have to run through that alleyway. I wonder if the team could just hold their hit, but the tank is in. Zyko said, I don't care, I'm going straight in with the Smoker Jockey Charger. Smoker is dead, but he's got a guy in the corner, in the alleyway, still got half HP. Zyko here, still 2200 HP. Vern got out a little bit. Oh my god, he's actually going to lose a ton of HP. 75 or 750 left with the decommit. And we are going to chill for just a second, of course, but SI is coming back up. Charger, Boomer, down goes the Charger, preventing the pickup. Very fortunate that they are able to clear the boom. Not going to have to deal with Common Infected anymore in this engagement. But this is very reminiscent of, I believe, Krycha being caught in that corner, that deep alleyway in hard rain with Ascendant in their match against Fear Factory. We see the rocks continue to come out, but I mean, he's got to die eventually, right?
Oh!
Right? Maybe not. They get the pickup. Smoker comes out. Jockey, Smoker do eventually get cleared. That rock going to be no good. Nice heads up. Shotgun play. Good accuracy in general. 40% of the bonus left for Akatsuki. I don't know. I feel like that was a classic Psycho tank. Had some surprising moment there in the alleyway, but he did get Verd locked down. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was. That was kind of crazy. I mean, no, he had the survivor cornered and pop pills, and the infected just spawned but didn't go in, and they kind of stopped shooting the tank for a bit.
Get to the station.
And that allowed Zyko to get out and just play raining rocks down from above, and I think he got 3 extra hits because of that.
Well said.
Which is kind of crazy if you ask me. Great value for Hokori. Hunter gets blasted with the Uzis, but the Hunter gets, the Charger lands. That's a little odd if you would think how that went, but it's going to be Aisha swimming in the spit, and it'll be quite a bit of bonus down. But look at the damage bonus now because of that guy popping his pills in the corner and eating a rock right when he got up.
Exactly. Like, they survived the tank. We saw once the health bars, or once the fight was done, the health bars were pretty good. But the damage was definitely sunk in to the bonus. They're going to end that round with 688 points as we go to Hokori's side of the survivors. Again, this is kind of what I was alluding to before I got thrown off by Zyko's just insta-commit, was the fact that there is that alleyway there. And it's going to kind of be up to Akatsuki if they want to try to save the hit to prevent the survivors from being able to get through the alleyway. I don't know what you feel like the strategy is. Is there any merit to holding an SI hit and trying to prevent the run through the alley?
Yeah, we'll see what exactly Akatsuki is going to choose to do with this opening hit, though. No, I mean, that first tank coming out from Hokori, I think, was pretty good. I mean, Akatsuki still makes it to the safe room, though, with a decent amount of bonus. I believe it was plus 288 on top of the distance. And look at this, Akatsuki going right away, but Psycho blasted out. He'll take no free spit damage, but he gets pulled down in the spit. Nobody's clearing him. He's swimming in it. And no, look at that. A eat of quad boom, and what looks like the attack was going to be shut down. A smoker and a spitter takes away 27 HP from Psycho.
Yeah, we saw these two teams face off in the grand finale of Spunky Cup 2, and it was a pleasure to watch. It's good to see that Akatsuki isn't letting the situation get too much in their head. Great, amazing first hit, even with, you know, you get the hunter skeeted, you get the spit killed, and you're like, ah, this hit's done. But you know, let's look at this hit because Akatsuki is holding this, and this is something that I wondered if Hokori really should have done. Hokori just kind of sent for damage, which allowed Akatsuki to have no question of if they're going to get through the alleyway or not. We see Hokori pressing forward, spit block, and look at that MK.
Oh, this is interesting. It means they got it. Are they going to let him split him? The tank's above. They got to back up. And no, they're not. The charger goes behind. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, he gets double punch. He gets another one. And another down goes Zyko. He's going to switch over to Zoe. It decides to back off. The survivors are so split right now. The tank's got to try to salvage his health. He's decommitting. The Hokori decommit, as you say, and he gets to the high ground with about 2,400 HP. He misses the rock. Aisha drops down, gets the corner again. There's another punch onto Zoe, and another one. And yet another one. He was 5 punches. He's getting burgered. He misses a punch as he tries to go for Bill. And Brian juking the tank to save the in cap onto Grizz. And that will protect some damage bonus, even though they do take a lot of damage. And the bonus will be 391 with just 25% of the map left to go. Nah. Wow, what a crazy commit for Akatsuki.
I would have loved to see on the second charge entry. It was a huge question mark for me because the tank was decommitting at the same time, and then the hunter was up, and then it's like the charge just goes in for no reason. Otherwise, I mean, that could have been even worse, but it was amazing out of Akatsuki. But still, Hokori, I mean, they just are able to get so much tank damage. And you see, I'm not talking about the hit that's happening because it's a complete dud. The spitter goes back into ghost form. We're going to have Gohan coming up with a hunter so they can try for a hunt spit. We've seen how ineffective that's been, though. He's going to go for the SMG. He's going to land on the SMG onto Grizz. She's going to eat the hunt spit, maybe a little standing spit as well. And they will be able to clean it up just a little bit more. But it's still going to be Hokori with the lead after Chapter 1.
Yeah, they'll walk in with additional 356 bonus. So they're going to have a lead, but not by much after 1. But what exciting tanks from both sides. Really crazy. No Mercy is known for some of these very difficult choke points where the tanks can commit at. And that was one of them, Null. That was definitely one of them. And a great job by the Special Infected holding the survivors there with that spit block. Very well done.
Exactly. Yeah, the spit block in specific was the exact tool that they needed. And in fact, maybe Hokori didn't have a spit, and that's why they were like, just send that. Might have to watch the VOD back to really understand what Hokori's reasoning was in not trying to keep them trapped there. But obviously the pro for Zyko was that you get him in the alleyway like that with such a severe angle, and the survivors can't really contest that easily. It really showed the difference. Even though they both had a player down and decommitted, the difference was quite noticeable. Still, tons of damage put out. We're obviously here in Chapter 2. Quick ready-ups. Jockey, Smoker, Charger, and a Spitter ready to go. Jockey up above, as of course we knew. The survivors going to bait this out a little bit, clear some commons, try to bait some SIs spawning in perhaps before they go ahead and jump forward. Down goes Lewis. SIs don't bite.
Wow, this is a long hold, nah. I'm interested to see where they're going to choose to go. Are they just waiting to go into Uzis? Is this what they're doing?
Kind of questionable. In they go. Jockey from one end. Charger gonna miss. Smoker in the spit with some charge smacks. Huge damage onto Lewis. Almost 10%. That is definitely a success. Obviously, the downside of this hit is that survivors should be able to get through this alleyway area. But obviously Akatsuki wasn't too worried about it, and they cashed in a massive hit.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I was actually focused on the back knocks. I was so confident that they were going to go for the Uzi players, and they just swarmed the shotgun players instead, and it works out. Oh, what an M2 coming out from Zyko. Zyko M2's the jockey twice, eventually gets pounced. He's not cleared very quickly. Boomer comes in for an M2. Jockey eventually gets killed off with the Boomer at the end. And that's follow-up damage, taking Hokori down to 82.9. They're getting some good value with these hits coming out from Akatsuki now. Look at Bill in the back.
Right, huge spread. I mean, like we said, a lot of Hokori's not typical core 4 are here in this match, and I think that they are feeling the effects of that. I know we've got the Legend Wrist Burner in here, but I do think that they're feeling a little bit of the effects. In goes the smoke into the charge. The spit is not picked. Hunt, spit, charge, spit, smoker, I mean, every single little piece of damage from Akatsuki is getting through, not getting denied by Hokori at all.
Look at this. They are holding him here. They are not retreating. I'm a little surprised that they hold here without having the high ground. The survivors have the low ground and all, so this is going to be interesting to me and see what Bird chooses to do when he has a 2-cap and a boom. Maybe he throws a rock to try to get this boom at the same time. Here it comes, and no, I don't know if you noticed there, no, but Francis was looking at that thing the whole way. He was just watching that doorway.
Yeah, it makes sense. The boom can be incredibly impactful in this fight, and we've seen how many times. Of course, we don't see a ton of No Mercy in general, but we have definitely seen plenty of times on this exact tank. Boom gets a couple or more, and that is it. That is a death warrant for the survivors, so it's very important to have a player dedicated to dealing with that. Oh my god, that rock with Zoe firing at it the entire time. Vert is immediately going to go in on the back of that. He misses his first smack. This is really awkward, but eventually the SIs are going to go in, smoke pull into kind of a faux corner here for Zoe. She does get popped right out of it, which is really important for the tank, as there is a double cap, which is going to buy him more time. Hunter standing back up. Down goes Zoe. Not going to get the connection onto Bill, but Lewis does get dropped down. He's out of the fight for the time being, so his 800 HP is more valuable, but Verd has no option but to toss an R-Rock into nowhere, and down they go. Down goes the tank, rather. And it's actually, I mean, I felt like that had the possibility to be a hell of a lot worse, but still, the damage is definitely done.
Yeah, I believe they were at about 70% when the tank committed. They're down to 39.4, so they about double up. The Charger comes in, does find a target. So with a spitter, he's got to get out of that spit. It's a rough spread. He gets pulled down below. He's all still standing in the spit. Francis, eventually he gets out of it. They'll lose a lot of damage bonus from that. The Hunter lands on the bottom. Survivors are drastically split right now.
Dude.
Wow, I don't know what Hokori is doing right now. It looks like a little bit of a miscommunication. And they drop about, what was that? No, about 20% bonus from that hit?
Yeah, I mean, usually the trademark of Hokori, one of the many trademarks, is just lasering down the SIs. These clears have actually not really been happening. I mean, every SI has been landing. Of course, that's an overstatement, but still, finally a Charger gets lasered down. You would expect that to be happening more. You know, some death spit happening as well. I mean, it's definitely not a clean round, but they still have the potential to get about 150 more distance, maybe 100 bonus, but this bonus is very weak and fragile and needs desperately to be protected.
Yeah, and the thing for the infected is everybody's points, so it doesn't matter who you get at this point. It's all damage bonus. And if they're able to salvage anything, I would be extremely shocked. And it looks like the infected just let up. They have no desire to hit until they drop out, which is interesting. Bill is not going. Okay, Bill finally drops out. The Charger lands. No slam though. Hunter gets skeeted. They'll get an in cap, and And it looks like they're going to be able to salvage a little bonus, but there might be a spawn or two to deal with in the safe room. I don't know if the spawns will be advantageous for them, no, but I think they'll be able to walk in with just some chump change bonus. We'll see.
I'm kind of surprised. I feel like Akatsuki kind of respected Hokori quite a bit there. If I'm standing up there on that ledge like that and not dropping with the rest of my team, I'm getting jockeyed every day of the week in a pug by random players. So I don't know. Jockey does come in. Alarm. Double boom, stumble in the spit. Jockey does get M2'd away, but now the commons are gonna be here. Gonna get the pickup on Lewis. I mean, look at Akatsuki's health. He's gonna go down. I mean, Lewis is also quite low HP. Not Lewis, but Francis here, going for the pickup onto Bill. Commons still should be able to get through, but look. Francis blocking spawns, and goes to Smoker, and goes to Charger. I mean, by bonus, obviously, they're going to make it into the safe room with 500 distance, so all this aftercare situation doesn't really matter that much. But obviously, I'd say this is probably still a win for Hokori, because we expected we expected them to not be walking in with any bonus anyways, but they were still walking in with around 58 before this happened, so, you know, hard to say it was a win for him. I'd say Hokori.
Yeah, they get full distance, and it's No Mercy living up to its name. Difficult choke points. Pings are kind of medium, so I don't expect anybody to have issue with the connection. But man, no, I thought that was a ton of damage that Hokori took. They lost everything. Not only 30% to the tank, but they lost everything else just to the special infected. Very good job by Akatsuki, melting all of that away, putting Hokori kind of with their back on the wall here. If they don't match what they've done, they might lose the lead. And the little lead that they have is only about 70 points.
Yep, looking good for Akatsuki. I usually don't highlight the after-round stats very much, but, I mean, it's hard to avoid mentioning Wrist Burner. Here getting 41% of the SI damage, 20 SI kills, over half of the SI kills were by Wrist Burner. So he's definitely putting in work for the Survivor side. The clears are just not really happening. I mean, he's doing what he can, but a lack of damage, it feels like, compared to what we normally see from Hokori.
Let's see what they can do with their special infected. Jockey goes in.
Ooh.
Charger, unfortunately, didn't make the jump up top. You hate to see it. It's unfortunate, but they'll get a little bit of damage onto Bird. About 10 total. The Survivor is perfectly healthy, and they are on the move. Much better start than Hokori. Actually, Bill gets a little bit of common locked, and now they're upstairs. Good movement.
This, you know, this is usually a choke point for the SIs, but Survivors are still managing to move quick. They shut down the hit with only taking about 2%. What a great start for Akatsuki, stepping off on the right foot. Triple boom is going to come in. Hunter lands, but there's no spit here. Going to hope for a charge connection, and it will land. Not going to get a full smackdown. Still some decent damage for sure. Hokori does find it.
And they're boomed on. Bill is not moving at all. Finally starts moving. So they kept him there pretty good with the boomer. So they're going to start advancing. They should be able to get a hit. I don't know. Either stairwell, I would say. Probably the second one. See what Hokori chooses to do. This is probably the last hit before tank. And remember that Hokori suffered about, what was it, almost 30% bonus gone before the tank was up. A little less than that. Now they're just going to keep their spawns up here and play bait at this opening and see what value they can get.
Such a scary area. You get the hunt spit. You know, maybe the jockey scratches when he's standing up. We'll see how it plays out here. Obviously, you know, Hunter going to be a major factor here. Smoker going to try to start it out, but he doesn't land the skeet on the Hunter anyways. Nice M2 on the jockey. Smoker still does land, gets a pull through. It's going to be some great damage onto Aisha. The thing is, there was a set of pills down there. Aisha, I don't know if you saw that, but where the weapons are, I think Aisha could have popped and grabbed that extra set of pills. Chooses not to, but I guess they just wanted to have plenty of time to clear comments.
Yeah, but here we go. This is going to be the second tank of the game for Hokori into the hands of Grizz. There's quite a few commons in there, but they didn't have the spawns that they want to send it in right away. And he's going to chuck a couple rocks, and we'll wait to see who Wrist Burner gets. If he wants to go in, he just baits out the Survivors. Whoop.
I think Hokori did such a good job of mitigating tank smacks on their survivor fight at this area. It shows you how impactful the generators are. You know, that first jump, and then you can multi-jump it, and the tank does not like jumping. You know, it's got that delay, so it really works quite well, and SI support can be difficult as well. They've got a charge. Smoke pull down. Gonna go for the corner. Gets it. And that one SI matters so much. Setting up the corner. Down goes Verd. We're already looking at a lot more potential damage. Smoker even has a chance for a repick. Long charge. No way. I hated charge being in the mix from the start. But he's going to get another corner. And the double cap, and they're just done. They're done. They lost the round.
Yeah, that's going to be a wipe. No. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Oh, he missed. What? And he got his pills off.
What?
He hit him with the two-step. And he's out. He's juking.
Yeah.
Did Grizz get him? Oh, Grizz eats him across the map. This is still opportunity. He could kill Grizz now. I don't know if he'll be able to salvage this. There's a jockey incoming. He's got to reload. 49 HP. He kills it. Oh my goodness. There's only a jockey. Can he salvage and save his team's points, or can he not? It is all on Gohan. Can he shut down the SI? Here comes the spitter. There's a boomer. He only has a jockey to worry about. There's really no threat, but the spitter is going to be able to delay this. He's going to have to abandon that pickup. He's chasing down this jockey, and he cannot get him. And now he has to, and now Verd is dead. The jockey is coming back up. Here comes the charger, and the jockey lands. And it was a good try by Gohan, but unfortunately, Goku was not here to save him now, and it's going to be a wipe. That was crazy.
that was amazing to watch. It's gonna be almost a 200-point loss by Akatsuki, which definitely hurts. But I mean, the audience, it was nothing but a win for us. It really showed how important the smoke pull down really is. You know, that landed. The guy got pulled down. The clear was not fast enough, and boom, tank is on you. And also, it shows us the flip side on Akatsuki's tank. How unfortunate it was that that player got knocked out of the corner and over, you know, some jumpables, because it just made it so difficult for the tank to be able to close the gap, even though he kind of had that corner set up. So it is going to result in a 200-point loss, nothing that Akatsuki can't overcome. But I mean, what about it? The attempt from Gohan, I feel like Akatsuki's got to be feeling great, even though they went down 200 points. You know, make the best of it here. That was an insane moment for Gohan. A great attempt.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty impressive. That's the problem. What happens when you take the pull guy? He thought he could finish him off, ended up not getting the kill with the tank, but they end up wiping anyways in their favor. But now it's going to be opening 2-2. Jockey Hunter tank at 24% of the way through the map. Remember, this is best of 2 total, so every point matters. The jockey lands, leaves a stumble. The Hunter was not there in time, though, no. Unfortunate for Akatsuki. It was well set up, but the Hunter was just off by a frame, and it's not going to work out, but they do get 1.1% for their troubles, and a delay at the spit door with spawn timers almost coming up here, except for Aisha at 10.
It's so scary when a player gets stacked like that and he's still able to skeet the Hunter. Like, it's like, damn, bro. Like, you know, he's already jockeyed. He gets cleared at the perfect moment, and it's just right, like, not skipping a beat, just right there. Next frame, he's on the Hunter. He's already skeeting it before they can combo it into the spit. It was amazing to watch. We're going to have a quad follow-up right into the tank. So this is definitely going to be a big 1-2 punch here. I'm assuming they don't want to save this. It'll be fine for the tank to just wait for another hit to get up before he transitions. But I don't know. They could. But they're going to try the quad. Maybe. Eventually comes in. Charger. Dude, they land some of the pieces. Jockey carry down into the garage. It's going to be some good damage onto Grizz. And wait. Look at the heads-up awareness by the survivors. They still keep 2 over here. So the tank can't hop through and start climbing up. They also want to try to pick that smoke if they can. And down he goes.
Yep, Gohan, third tank of the game for Akatsuki, and he is just going to be chucking rocks through the window. He can't get to the high ground without paying for a lot of help. They're actually going to trigger the event, which is... Oh, never mind, this wasn't part of the event. They just wanted to make sure no one took damage to that gas station by accident. No, we've seen that happen to Hokori on a custom map before. Don't you remember that if one of them killed their own teammates? But Gohan, second pass already, and they have a boomer.
Right.
This is going to be
Right.
rough to get damage here. No, I don't think this is good at all for Akatsuki.
And a charger. I mean, these are, you want Smoker Hunter Jockey for this, almost without a doubt. This, and the survivor should know what the spawns are, so this makes it even. Yeah, they try the rocket, not gonna work. Tank just has to climb up again. Plenty of jumpables. Oh my God, that charge land. Hold on, and the hunter lands as well. Hokori. He's gonna get the corner here onto Zoe, no problem. Ooh, the Burger Tank. Wait, he gets out though. The movement. Oh God, Gohan still gonna go down quick. But hey, it's not a no-hitter, which I think is a huge moment for Akatsuki. Getting 72 damage there is not really expected, given the context he was engaging in.
And look at, I don't know if you saw there, but Brian was giving the tank the juice. I just beautifully done by Brian. 2 melees backed up, shot him with the shotgun at the perfect distance, and then gave him the jukes of jumping over the thing. Eventually got hit once, but still. Beautiful job by Brian on damaging that tank severely and not giving him any leeway whatsoever. And to be honest with you, no, I think Akatsuki got some good damage considering where that tank was.
Yeah, absolutely. The follow-up hit, they're going to try it. You know, I think that was a poo 2. Boom does manage to get 3, slows him down a bit. Not going to be a ton of damage from the hit itself. Still got 2/3 of the bonus left. You know, we'll be able to say more once we see Hokori's tank. But it felt pretty good that Akatsuki managed to salvage what they could from an otherwise pretty terrible setup. Jockey, Charger, Hunter, and a Smoker. Another quad for Akatsuki at a very interesting spot in our map.
Yeah, this is a one-way drop on both ways. Usually it's not very common to see anybody die from this, but they do have a quad. So on a transition like this makes it a bit more dangerous because you can actually catch more than one person in the wrong area, and they might not be able to clear some that are divided from the other survivors. So that makes this a little bit more difficult, or more dangerous, more like it now. So I think if one drops, maybe you can send all 4 of the 3 up top. I like the odds of maybe 3 against 4. Might not work though, but that would be my call.
Interesting. We'll see what Hokori does. Obviously, a downside, Akatsuki would kind of love to drop a spit on this area and just heighten the tensions. And they go, like you called, from the top, but it's going to get shut down. They keep it chill. They keep all 3 players locked in, and they shut it down one by one, 4v3, and no damage comes out. Akatsuki not enjoying this ride through Chapter 3 too much so far.
Yeah, no, shout out to Willink and Cletus, but it was very unfortunate. The jockey didn't get a spawn now, so they hesitated for a second. And that hesitation, unfortunately, lets all the survivors shoot at you. And look at the spawn. Oh, look at this. It's very risky. Can they get him up top? He gets pulled. Oh, self-clears. And he kills the hunter. What a shutdown coming out here from Zyko. Pushing it, killing all the special infected by himself pretty much. And they lock in 61.8%. And Hokori is back on the prowl now, putting up 816 points and a 3-chapter score of 2,672.
Bro, the momentum shift is just crazy. Like, I was trying to look at the positives for Gohan, you know, doing what he could on that tank on Chapter 2, but you can see that they are reeling from that disaster. It was like night and day going from Chapter 2 to Chapter 3. Hokori ate basically every single hit on Chapter 2 in the ballpark of 5 to 10+% every single hit. Going into Chapter 3, though, it was like everything got locked down. Of course, Chapter 3 does have kind of some open areas through it, but, you know, the close quarters areas were no problem as well. Akatsuki took some big gambles. They didn't pay off. And, you know, the tank fight was not well set up. We're just going to have to wait and see what Hokori can do. Obviously, if Akatsuki gets wiped on this 24% tank, they are going to be feeling absolutely dreadful, but it's quite unlucky, or rather unlikely to happen.
Yeah, they need to make sure they survive this. Even though it is the total of 2 campaigns, you don't want to be caught down too much. The only benefit, in my opinion, since the 2 maps that were chosen was No Mercy and Detour Ahead, is that Detour Ahead chapters after even map 1 being 500 distance now, they're all worth a ton of points. So there is so much chance for a comeback if a team falls behind on No Mercy. So that is one thing to keep in mind. and the fact that also the finale on No Mercy has the extra tank. So it is an 800 distance finale on this one. So I would highly recommend that whatever team is down, especially Akatsuki, need to play that chapter due to it being worth so much, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll certainly see. Akatsuki does manage to begin to hit well, but we saw in Chapter 1 that just because you get that first clear doesn't mean the hit's not going to go well. Hunter needs to avoid getting skeeted. He gets chipped for a little bit. One shotgun player still continuing to look right at him, not giving this up, but giving Wristburner plenty of time to get his spawn back up. They're going to go at the perfect time. Aruki tries his best to slow it down, but he will get skeeted. Boom, spit, smoke is all that Hokori's going to be working with. I don't know. I mean, this could actually be, it could be, we'll see what use they can do with this boom, because we are, like, pretty much about to go right into the tank.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they're slowing down here. They should be running through this now. They only have one spawn. That's really a threat.
Right.
They should know. The Charger loses his 1v1. The spit block does nothing. And looks like they just try to get some damage. And both teams are going to go into the tank pretty strong. I believe it's almost dead even. But Hokori took a pretty big hit with the tank spawn. So Akatsuki on top. And this is the third tank of the game for Hokori into the hands of Aruki. And Boomer lands. They should blow up the gas station safely here now. I wouldn't like to risk it, but there it goes. They set it off. No damage to the survivors. And look at this tank. Not making the transition up. He will pay for it drastically if he tried.
I wonder if they even, like, I know that's typically the play, but with the rock meta not being super strong against these top tier teams, okay, he's going to go ahead and climb up. Some caps landing. Smoke for a bit. Hunt lands. Easy skeet on the rock. But it is going to be an Aruki tank. Takes only about 150, actually less than 150 for his climb up. Not a bad start.
They start the event?
They do.
I think they might know that the commons aren't going to start because the tank is up. But the commons will start when the tank is dead. So if they take this badly, they're going to have commons to deal with it immediately when it's over. So, and they can't push forward anymore, because if they push forward, the horde will start. So there is a consequence for doing what they did, but I don't think it's going to come into play to hurt them. So I think at the end now it's going to be a good call from Akatsuki. But here is the commit for Aruki. Goes directly for the forklift. It costs 1,500 HP. Boo got kind of close. Oh, there's the pull. Oh, what a setup. Even the Charger. Take a notebook, guys. That is how you do it. They're probably going to try to grind out Boo here. Forklift hits Boo. And it lands on him again, and it rocks. And that is a dead Boo. Aruki doesn't even need to kill it. He does anyways. And he still has 2,500 HP. And this is very bad for Akatsuki right now. The forklift goes in out of play. He's going to try to do what he can. He doesn't even have support yet for his first pass. I'm not quite sure what Aruki is doing here. Kind of throwing away the rest of his tank. And the jockey doesn't land. Hunter, nothing lands. And Aruki gets an in cap with the forklift. They forgot where they were standing. 13 health tank. And he finally dies off. And wow, they get an in cap and a death. And what a crazy turn of events for Akatsuki. And Hokori's got to be like, they got to be very happy, and the morale flying high with that setup and all, with that smoker charger combo into the dumpster. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know what Akatsuki expected to happen in that situation. I mean, you got a teammate who is wide out in the open, and there weren't any covers, and it was also his fault as well, don't get me wrong, but once he ended up in that position, he needed a gun, like a gun to cover for him. Instead, they all drop behind the truck, leave him out to rot, and he dies. So obviously the rest of the chapter going to be a hell of a lot easier for Hokori. Every single hit going to put Akatsuki in danger of death. Obviously, they're not going to get the distance for 4 players. They're probably not going to get much bonus. This is a massive win for Hokori.
Yeah, I don't know how much more delta they're going to gain on this one now, but it should be significant. I mean, it's going to be really difficult for Akatsuki to keep any bonus because they got to go up the ladder at the end of the chapter. I'm not so worried about what will happen down inside the sewers. I'm more what's worried going to happen when they come outside onto the stairs. Nice pull forward. They jock them. Interesting take for the specials there. Looks like they're just trying to get damage. They're not even trying to wipe them all. They just want to see how much bonus they can get down and not try to do that, which I don't know if I 100% agree with, but it is their decision. And they're separated now.
They are.
And I don't know if it's going to matter. No, they're lucky. It's no penalty, but that was risky and all. They could have been caught with their pants down, but they're regrouped. All the commons are behind, and they got clear road ahead.
Yeah, a clear road for a bit, but I mean, this is hardly a road. Like, we got the drop downs everywhere. Yeah, wait. I mean, we have the sewer right out. Okay, they don't care. Charger's in. He doesn't get shut down. The Hunter lands as well. Everybody is dead except for Bill. Jockey is waiting to win the 1v1 to reload. He will be able to finish off Jockey. Now he should be able to get the pickups there. Actually, Gohan does not go down, surprisingly enough. Going to be able to pop his pills alongside Aisha, and they might even be able to beat the hit. Aruki is about to come up, but actually with the way that Hokori is sent in their hit, this is going to seed the climb up to them. Smoker, no good. Good attempt though, I like that. They're going to have to deal with this 2-2. Smoker they're running away from the Smoker. They keep running. Charger comes in. Charger is dead. They deal with the hit. 87 bonus. I mean, Hokori, hey, they finish it off in style. But they obviously lost like all of their bonus, but they still managed to preserve a little bit of it, which is better than they expected. They get over 500. I thought they were dead in the water after losing a player. I saw Boo died, and I was like, rip Akatsuki. But they do manage to lose a chapter by less than 1,000, which I guess is something.
Yes, everybody asking, is this score is accumulative? Yes, it is accumulative.
Yeah.
So I think right now, if you are Akatsuki, they've got to be thinking, okay, we got to make up some points on this hospital chapter, and we need to force this finale, and we need to try by every means possible to make sure we wipe with that early tank on the finale and survive on our survivor side, because that finale tank is not easy to take now. You can laser it down the hallway, it walks all you want, but he's still guaranteed his corner without any assistance from the special infected, and that's what the scary part is. If you're able to get your own corner, it means there's going to be 3 specials on 3 survivors at some point. You might like your odds if you're the survivors, but if you miss one shot when the attack comes in, you're dead.
Okay, big hit right from the safe room. It's going to be Zoe, of course, Zyko, going into each room. Bill goes in to cover the side room. Francis runs in to cover another side room. And comes a charger. The Jockey from behind. Jockey gets him too. Hunter will actually be able to ricochet through, but then Spit's not going to work at all. It does delay them, but yeah, 0.6%. Beautiful start. Wonderful defusal of a very scary and bombastic hit.
Yeah, bombastic, very fantastic is right, but it just didn't do very much damage. It only got 1% out of there. The Charger kind of walked in from another town next door. He caused a lot of the fire distraction on him, which did allow the other cappers to land, but look how fast they are cleaned up, so the damage is minimal. I think there was just 1 tick of spit and 100 being cleared instantaneously. Of course, just 1 damage, so all the people out there, just get your M2, man. Take the 5 and walk away a winner, you know?
Right.
That's what I say as they hit with a pretty unsuccessful attack here. The Charger is very late. Eventually gets 2 damage. Double. Oh, he gets a punch. Oh, he actually gets a double punch. Look at that. Gohan, 27 damage coming out. Good follow-up.
Look at the boom hanging out. That's not even the tank. So that boom is just saving. He's just waddling around. 5 seconds left until he gets boom back. I think Hokori definitely going to beat the clock on that. Yep, goes ahead and runs in and dies.
And this is the 4th tank of this tournament match for Akatsuki into the hands of Boo. Don't get scared. It's just his name. Sorry if I got you. But this is going to be him. He's going to stay up in the above ground. Just wait for his spawns to come in. The boomer died off, so it's not going to be a boomer. It's going to be a Jockey, and I think this is what you want and all. I would be content with this, and we should see Boo run it in very shortly. No, they're going to kill the Smoker. I can't disagree, though. because the Charger may be better here if you're going to push him in one direction. So maybe they see something a little bit different, and they're going to rely on Boo to get his own corner now. I don't think they're going to use a special to do it. I think they might rely on him to get it on his own.
Right. Okay. Not gonna have a smoker.
I know, that's what I was saying.
I find that, yeah. Okay. He's in. They actually, gets a smack onto Bill, but no follow-up. Zyko does get in the corner, but he gets out of it. I mean, they're slithering around. Hokori has been so slippery. Yes, the Hunter and the Jockey land, but Bill is going to get smacked one more time. That's it, just a single cap. I mean, that was pretty, we see Verd say whiff there in the chat after that situation. It was maybe closer to triple cap, but you know, the way it stands, still very promising for Hokori.
I bet you now they want that smoker instead of the Charger now, because it would have been really easy to grab the wrist burner instead of trying to hunt him down with the Charger, leaving the Charger unable to solidify the tri-cap. It was still very good damage though, nonetheless. Look at that, down to 54.6. That is a phenomenal tank coming out from Akatsuki, but they got to keep the momentum up with their infected so they can have a good survive around. The Jockey finds a target, the spit separates. Oh, he's swimming in the spit and stumbling in the death spit. And Zoe is going to be the damage bonus, 95% down to 82. And great damage focus coming out from Akatsuki there now on the Zoe.
Trying to get inside. They will be able to hole up inside a side room, some kind of triple person operating room situation. Pretty spooky, but it will be a quad, which isn't, you know, I mean, like they're kind of two one by one. I know it's a doorway, but there's just kind of too much open air there in between the charge and the next SI. I would like to see maybe the Jockey following a little bit more closely behind or something like that. Try to, you know, jump to the side, try to get in the room, not necessarily go straight for a survivor, but just kind of, you know, pull the attention, pull the crosshairs over to him a little bit more. Didn't really happen. Pretty much a free hit for Corey with what was a natural anti-quad room. Also great at shutting down spits. It's kind of an all-purpose room. It beats all, and it did there as well. Survivors continuing to go up, and unless we see some shenanigans here, it should be 4 players in the safe room.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be able to make it, but I do believe they're going to eat the pills, though, to be fast now. I don't think there is a version where they're going to hold these pills, because if you're crawling, you're taking more hits. And I know if you crawl all the way, you're going to take 3. If you eat those pills, you'll take 2. I'm pretty confident they're going to run. And there they go. They just on cue. They eat those pills, and they are going to start bolting out this door. The Jockey is ready. The Charger is ready. The Hunter is ready. And they got a smoker. They go quad instead of damage. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that one, but they need to make it work with this call. And look at how far they're letting the survivors go. They're in danger of this just being the last hit instead of having another one.
You're absolutely right. You can tell that they want mega value from the hit. I would assume, I mean, they've got moving parts, right? This could be a quad, this could be a death charge, this could be a ledge hang into a tri-cap. This could be like a lot of different things. So that's what they're trying to just look for opportunities. Obviously, with the charge set up the way it is, okay, we're going to go ahead and spawn it in, charge for damage. Charge gets cleared before everything else gets in. Easy shutdowns. You know, no way to punish the players getting knocked down by stuff like charge, hunt. You don't have to spit follow up, and that's that. They should just be able to run it in from that point.
Yep, and that's what I was talking about now. They should have hit sooner, and they'll walk in with the safe room. Remember when they killed the tank, they had 56% bonus. They do manage to dwindle down another 15% with the spawns that they had, and I don't think that's terrible, but 952 more points from Hokori, putting them at a total of 3,624. And Akatsuki really needs a big chapter here. I think if they lose this map, that is, let me see, if they just make the distance alone here, no, it's only 500 distance for this chapter, so geez, just making it will put them at 2,059. That'll be down about 1,600. Detour Head has the value for it, though. That is 100%.
Yeah, they really need to get safe room with some bonus here. They really need it. If they can get it though, it does make Detour ahead look a lot more possible. Again, I want to highlight this is the third chapter, maybe even the fourth. I think I missed a chapter or wasn't paying attention during a chapter, but this is the third chapter that I've seen Risk Burner with top damage on the team. Over 1/3 of the damage for the team. So, you know, Boo is getting in-capped there by a forklift. And then on the other side, we got Risk Burner dealing the most damage onto the SIs for anyone on the team. Kind of shows you the difference in the non-core 4 players so far. But I think Boo has been performing well. In goes the hit. Charge is going to land as a follow-up into the spit. Safe room hit. Teams are usually very averse to this because the spit doesn't spread in the safe room. But Hokori says, we don't care. We'll hit you where you live.
And look at that. It does 5%. You'll be very happy with that opening hit. Boo taking most of the blunt. His name coming up quite a bit in this game now, with him taking a little bit of damage or being the target of being killed. Sometimes just how it works out, but looks like they will have one more chance for damage, and it's going to be a tri-cap with the Boomer. There is no jockey. Let's see where the specials choose to go. And it looks like they'll wait for the survivors to start transitioning up the stairs and go in between, which I can't really disagree. I like the call. There is no jockey to take one forward, though, so the pounce will be stationary. And so will the pull. The patience coming out.
Oh!
Okay, he misses. And that was not the tank either. Nobody else goes. Looks like they're trying to see if Risk Burner can get his own boom and hold the spawns, maybe? Alright, now this is Survivor in the back alone. Not really alone, but a little separated from his team. Alright, there we go. Boomer does get one. That's expected. Risk Burner is up. Fourth tank of the game for his team. And the Frag 4 player is on the move. Looks like he is going a different way for his commit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in. That pull was a little early, though. Risk Burner's in by himself. He still has a couple of commons. He's being kited. Oh, what a juke! Oh, that was beautifully done. He psychs out Francis and gets him cornered. There's another punch. That's his fourth punch in cap. He still has 2,600 HP. He is trying. He misses a punch. Boo gets punched now. He's down to 1,300. Jockey eventually wins his 1v1. There's another in cap. Oh, this is looking disastrous for... And it's a quick pull! And that's going to be a wipe going out. And this is disastrous for Akatsuki. And they are only going to put up 1,685 points for 4 chapters of No Mercy. And there we go. Scores are set. And it is a big hole for Akatsuki. And they are already going to ready this up. And they get a tank at 25% of the way for the map. And we are already into Chapter 5. No wait. I mean, literally waited about a minute and a half in the server. And we have action. Jockey Charger, Smoker Boomer, opening attack for Hokori. They're going to send the pull forward. The Charger comes in. Charger lands. Jockey lands. Boomer lands. Jockey is still riding in the back. And Hokori has so much momentum right now that the damage is still piling on. The Jockey gets another scratch. There's still a Smoker getting damage. There's so many common infected. And has the tide already turned past the point where they can't swim back now? Did they?
I mean, look, I know it's not really engaging to be like, this is so over. And it's not, but also we can't really editorialize the situation that Akatsuki's in. Eating 10%, 11% there without a spit at that hit is something we really just don't see very much. The damage is usually very minimal at that hit. Akatsuki eating quite a bit there. That Jockey, I mean, it's wide open. Everybody, there's no vision impairment at that spot, and the Jockey was able to just walk straight away with Gohan, controlling Gohan the whole way. So that is definitely a rough first hit for Akatsuki. There's no sugarcoating it. Grizz is going to be the tank. This is obviously the most important part, not that first hit, but how much damage are they going to take at the tank?
That is the question. It looks like he's... Oh, I thought he was going to roll in with this Boomer. I think he has to, Null. They have to roll in with the boom. And he gets... Oh, the Boomer comes in and gets a triple boom. Akatsuki... Oh, he stumbles the tank. He gets a punch. tank is down to 5k. Okay, Nick is going to get in-capped already. Akatsuki this is disastrous. And Grizz is going to be able to decommit with 4,600 HP. And he is back in. He gets double punches. He gets more double punches. He gets another punch. The jockey is riding forward. Pills are being popped. Rochelle is being punched. Coach is being punched. There's commons everywhere. And the hunter is going to be able to get Rochelle. And this is going to be a wipe already for Akatsuki. And now it looks like the tournament life in the North American reboot for Akatsuki is coming to an end. Unless they can get a wipe. I am flabbergasted.
They totally need a wipe here, and a wipe is not easy at all. I mean, this is sad to see because they had such a much more competitive experience against Hokori in this Vonky Cup. But regardless, the situation is not pretty for Akatsuki by any stretch of the imagination. They need a wipe here, which is not something that's common to see. It just felt like they didn't know that a boom was coming, and you got to know that that boom is coming. Smoker, charge. Hey, Hokori is going to be eating some damage. That charge took a long time to finally start getting smacked down, but it will actually get a smackdown, get some good damage onto Wrist Burner. Before we go into the tank, going to drop him down to 75 HP. We also got Zyko at 95 and Haruki at 96.
And here is the 5th tank of this tournament match for Akatsuki into the hands of Gohan. And let's see if he can summon the power from Goku to get the wipe that he needs for his team. No, they need to die. That means Hokori. Akatsuki cannot allow Hokori to make it to the safe room as the Boomer is trying to dodge from being punched by this tank. And the AI Boomer is on the prowl. He's probably going to be useless, but still. He drops to the lower ground. They're going to go for a hit. Smoker lands. Jockey gets M2'd. And the Rock gets skeeted. And this Boomer is taking the scenic route. We'll stay with it till he dies. Look at him coming in. Come on, Boomer. He's backing up. Oh, there you go. They got him.
He does not care. He does what it takes. Actually, I mean, look at the bonus though. That was a 10% hit. We're down from 94 to 85. They're definitely eating damage. They're definitely giving Akatsuki this window to get a wipe, where otherwise it is looking very grim. No hittables, etc. Charge, you're gonna miss. Hunter does land. Rock no good. Boom over for 2, which is really unfortunate. The hits already come in, but you know, the fact that the hit came in and the Rock, it does kind of facilitate that boom. So it is what it is. We got players getting wrapped around by commons, doing a good job of avoiding the Rock in the meantime. Out of Gohan, and there's another Rock coming out, and his first pass. So that resets him back to 100%. But he's lost 700 HP, you know, and Hokori's looking pretty healthy. And all they gotta do is survive the tank, really, and they've won. So this is a huge moment. Smoker into the charge again, some smacks. Into charge off SmackDown, maybe into the SmackDown. Psycho goes slow. Again, this is some sloppiness out of Hokori for sure. But how much are they going to be able to actually milk out of this? Is it going to be a wipe is the question. It slows down. Look at this transition here from Hokori. Interesting. It's kind of a mirror of the other end, except you don't have that invisible wall. You got kind of more area to play with. You can maybe get knocked up on top of that bus as well, kind of bail you out. But they're going to go back and forth, hopping back and forth. The boom is available, and they've got players at an underpass, which is a little bit scary. But look at the split. Oh, they still eat. Okay, they eat a 1 boom, but I mean, you saw how much the survivors are split up. Whereas on the Akatsuki side, they were clumped up as hell for that triple boom. So it does kind of show you the difference in heads-upness between these two teams at these 2 points. But it's still possible for Gohan to get the wipe here. He's lost about 2,000 HP, but he has taken out some damage or some health from Hokori. Also for Zyko to pop the pills. Got some other players pretty close. Going to try to catch off Ellis. Oh, Ellis cutting the tongue, but still getting smacked. And down goes Zyko. Is actually not going to go down, but Gohan's going to decommit and leave Jockey to take the 1v1, but the 1v1 is lost. Smoker and a Charger. Maybe he can channel the Hokori energy and get an Osu S kind of rock tank, but look at Hokori, they're just going to run right past him. They are going to succeed where Osu failed, and also Gohan was struggling to jump up across, so it bought him just enough time. Gohan is chasing them down desperately as they do seriously threaten an AI. Again, this is not a run back, this is a run forward, so it's not stopping the frustration.
Oh!
So Rock will land, triple boom, smoke, charge missing. This is still, I mean, this is great for Hokori. Great rock, very Hokori-esque here on the rocks landing. The triple boom, but I still feel like this is the end of the road here for Akatsuki as the rock does get skeeted. Gohan is being forced to relegate himself to the brushes, to the shadows, as he continues to toss rocks through. Another rock landing. There's 3 or 4 rocks out of Gohan, as he's definitely taking a page out of their playbook. Jockey landing, Hunter trying to get in there. He's gonna wait. He's actually just giving noise cues. And now he's gonna go in, trying to stack with the Charger. Charger gets a smack. Oh! As they go on again, gets a reset. Frustration going back up. 100%, we got the inside house area. And we do chill for a little bit, but look at this MK. They've done such a good job at trying to turn this into a wipe. But again, if he goes down, they get all this distance. They get all this advantage from this chapter. So it's very important that the tank doesn't die. Boom hops in for one, but he also breaks the smoke. Rock is good. Smoker Paul is just going to be a wipe. Go on, still with 800 HP. Oh my god, they're doing it to him. This is truly the mirror. The yin to Hokori's yang. Jockey trying to get in there. He gets him through the way. Gohan, hold on, it's not done yet. No, he's going to go down with a rock to the face. Gohan gets his revenge from Chapter 2, No Mercy, and gives Hokori a taste their own medicine.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
How does that happen? It got, oh my goodness, I am just...
They didn't want it to end.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was phenomenal tank play coming out from Akatsuki with also a little bit too aggressive from Hokori and all, and it doesn't work out for them. The only thing is that they have a pretty good lead right now, and that's in their favor. And they get another early tank, so it's going to give them opportunity. As we ready up pretty quick, opening attacks to be the tri-cap with the boomer. There will be no jockey. And it looks like they're going to yield and hit towards the exit. Or they're going to let the shotguns get out of the way. No, they don't. They're just going to get blasted. And not much will come out of that, except a couple things of percentage with the boom at the end.
Okay. Gonna be clearing up the comments. Nothing too major here. And boom, there's Aisha.
Tank number 6 now. Oh!
Oh my god.
A little scary, but the van doesn't really fly very good.
Oh, look at Hokori. Look at Hokori. They're making a statement here. They're saying, we're not scared at all. We beat you. We're going to run it all the way home. We're going to test some new stuff. We're going to do it live. We're going to do it with the cameras rolling because we are just that much better.
Look at how they're pushing. They are chasing Aisha all the way back to the hatchback. Now they got to go back. And they are. They're running back.
Amazing.
Wow. What an aggressive push. And it got him with 1,000 damage.
1,000. Think about this inside area. Think about how killing the tank as fast as possible, it's, you know, it nets you such a huge advantage in an area like this where the tank is basically just all in. Oh. Wow, that was insane hit on the car. It's not going to fall over. It's just going to kind of awkwardly be positioned there, which should give Hokori even more damage on Aisha. He's going to hit the car, but that's pretty much going to be it. It does eventually fall down the wrong side also, and look at the chip locking in another 200. 300.
So much.
400. They're gonna go for even more. Just the absolute depraved greediness of it. Oh my god, gonna break down the doors. 4,200 HP on the engage shoes, down to 2,500 in the blink of an eye. Jockey will land, Charger will not. 2,000. Jockey's still ripping away, which is nice. But again, down goes Aisha, not even a single in cap. Some alright damage, but again, Akatsuki in serious danger of flatlining.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, unfortunately, it looked kind of rough there with all the chip that they went out, and then they have to send their support in early. The Hunter got blasted out of the sky. I don't believe the Charger landed either. The Jockey was the only one that took somebody outside of the area. The smoker pole in the back. Spitter was ready. They don't go for it. They choose to hold as the spit goes out. And they actually... Oh, Spitter specs out, and they're going to go quad during the event now. They need to go big now.
Everybody going spec. Yeah, this is definitely the quad. This is a perfect time to do it. I don't know why we had 3 SI stacking, but I guess they just wanted to guarantee that they get this quad. It's obviously very telegraphed, but you know everyone knows the rules of this game. But the quads do still land through this area quite often, so that's why teams are gonna do it no matter what.
Reloading. I'm a reload.
All or nothing. Coming in now.
All or nothing.
71% the bonus. They're going to go in. The smoker lands a Charger. Does not find a target. And the Hunter chose not to even go. I don't even know where.
Nothing.
Where even is he? I don't even see his infected ghost.
Phone or like a video camera and videotape his screen while he's playing, like externally. That's what I think. Or maybe have a neutral judge watching over his shoulder while he plays could be an option as well. But all jokes aside, it is what it is. We're gonna have a 2-2 here on that army tent as the game is unpaused. Hunter Jockey is gonna be the move. Should be easily shut down by Hokori. Gonna go for the SMG, and they will land that Hunter, but that's gonna be it.
Yeah, it looks like the infected were not on page there now. If you notice that the Jockey and the Hunter went for separate sides, they don't accumulate on the same. And they're going to risk the biscuit here. They're not going to turn the button off, and they're going to rush it. And they're going to have spawns up. This could be disastrous, Hokori. You have 65% bonus. You don't want to get caught with infected, and they're not going to make it. No, they're going to get hit. Here it comes. Smoker comes in. Charger lands. It's not going to be a big deal, it would seem, because they don't put the infected in the right spot. They'll get some damage out of it, but they are able to clear it up. This is a lot of damage. Oh, look at the Spitter dancing on Rochelle's head. Wristburner having some issues there, and they'll lose about 14% now, but they're still going to walk in with 51% bonus, and it looks like Hokori's almost got this locked in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that I'm a Akatsuki fan, but I mean, this is... Hold on, coach. Does get caught by the Jockey, but that should be pretty much it. I mean, I gotta say, I really like what Hokori is doing here. It's extremely reckless, but they're at the point where they're like, we are crushing y'all. We're just gonna see what we can get away with here. We're gonna, you know, put on a show for the crowd. And that's exactly what they're doing. It hasn't always been to their benefit so far in Detour ahead, but it's definitely working well enough, I'd say. All right. I'm not sure if your mic may be having issues again, but regardless, boom, we'll go ahead and get popped. Smoker, Jocker, Charger, and a Hunter. And it is surprising that we didn't see Akatsuki hold for the outside, but still, no major hit here. It gets locked down.
Reloading.
And here is the sixth tank of the game, and yes, I was actually muted. That's what I did. Good job, MK, because I was completely explaining stuff and realized that I was talking by myself. But Zyko's going to go for the hatchback now, and they're probably going to sack him to a tri-cap while he gets his toys in play.
Okay. Boomer. They actually, something that they can afford to do here is potentially wait a bit for him to start getting them in. And once he's in a threatening range, we can have the boom drop then. Okay, he's gonna go ahead and do it now. He wasn't getting anything from that anyway, so it's fine. Sometimes teams will walk into like a double boom at this area. You know, there's some tricky spawns at like a crouching boom. A hidden tiger or crouching boom can find at this tank percentage. So I don't blame Hokori for just sending it in, but there was possible shenanigans there. Look at Akatsuki. In response, they're thinking about going for a little chip, and then they're like, nah, and they take it back inside.
Oh, look at Psycho's health.
Oh! Okay, I thought he dropped forward. He dropped back. Yeah, he's healthy. Yeah, he's very healthy.
He's in.
All right. Yep.
Oh
Gets
my goodness! No.
Boo's out though. Not gonna go for the hittable. Gonna keep Rochelle up against that drink machine. Is gonna go ahead and finish off Rochelle. Oh, needs one more smack. 1500 HP left as he does go ahead and just walk outside. And we're gonna have a decommit here. I mean, you usually don't see that, but hey, this area makes sense. I love the van setup. This is absolutely perfect for a decommit. You can toss rocks over top of it. 89 HP left. Oh, that was nasty, dirty rock. Hold on to Boo with the charge. They are gonna be able to finish the job though.
Hunter with a cheeky scratch too, and they'll knock him down to 65.7 with the pill pop. And let's see, the difference in the score is not by much. It's less than 20%. That means they're going to have to play lights out. They're going to have to find another set of pills because they need to gain some ground on this chapter now. Akatsuki is running out of time. They need to get some cut into this delta on this chapter, whether it's just 150 or anything at all, but they need it. Attack going in,
Definitely.
Charger does land, the smoker lands. No, this is not what they needed. The spitter, it's almost 2 slams. The jockey keeping them in the spit. Oh, that is devastating. Down to 53.2, 703 remaining. And no, they're about to lose this chapter as well. There's only 80 points left between the teams to be a difference.
Reloading.
And some really rough attacks are coming up too.
Exactly. It wasn't just an amazingly impactful hit. It was an amazingly impactful hit at an area where no damage should be coming out. So that kind of tells you the state of the game at this point. As Akatsuki does manage to shut down a couple SIs here, continue to press forward. The boom actually waits quite a long time. Does eventually pop. I don't know what the plan is for Hokori. I mean, this feels a little bit sloppy as we've got the survivors just running through the alarm area, but maybe they've got something planned. But again, I think they're just kind of like, this is over. We did our job. We're going to tie him again on this chapter. We tied him on the first chapter, and that just makes our 2,000 point lead that much more insurmountable.
And
Quad doesn't come out.
they slow down a little bit though. I think they know it's coming. Yeah, they know there's a quad coming also. Now they got to start moving systematically through the map safely. And there's a lot of commons that can come around these quarters from the 10 because there's nothing blocking the other side of the 10 and them spawning. Looks like they're going to go now. The jockey is free spawn. Survivors slow down just a little bit when they hear it. All right, now there's spawns behind them. Nobody takes it though. Hunter is pre-spawned in the back. Charger and Smoker still waiting. They're going to send it. Smoker goes. Charger misses. Hunter lands with the Smoker. And that is going to be all that finds the target. But there's going to be more pills consumed in the bonus drop. And I think that is it. Hokori has now won this chapter as well.
Wow.
And they're going to skip it too.
Goodness.
They're going to skip it too.
Okay. Let's see if you can do it though. I mean, the spit is already up at this point. Okay, Akatsuki is going to decide to be a little bit more reasonable. 3 of their players pay the price with bleed out damage, but they are going to make, in my opinion, the only reasonable decision here. They're going to get a set of pills as well. Gohan will go ahead and pop it. Boom dies. Either going to be a jockey or hunter to follow up. Amazing hit. Or wait. Actually, I'm not sure. No, it's going to be a hunter or a smoker. Sorry. But regardless, whichever one it still is. I mean, this is exactly what Hokori wants. They've got plenty of time to set it up, and always a treat to see this hit play out. I will say, in recent times, it seems like the survivors have gotten substantially better at defending against this hit, but it can still be ridiculous.
Here they go. Transition in. Attack comes out. They all back up to find their destination with the spit at the end. There's going to be some good damage to Gohan's going to have to run through the spit down to 488 to the 89, but it's only going to be 88 increments of 4. And I don't know what the total score is going to be now, but I think they're going to be down over 2,000 now.
Yeah, exactly. They were down about 2,000. They somehow only tied on chapter 1. But that feels like it's really only delaying the inevitable here. You know, on paper, this is another very competitive chapter from Akatsuki, but they need dominance here at Detour ahead. They've needed it. And, you know, given how many points 2,000 is worth, Detour ahead, yes, there's lots of points up for grabs. Let's go ahead and see this tank percentage here on chapter 3. If it's very early, 31%. Interesting.
Tell you what, now, if there's ever the AI director ever wants to try to help a team, man, they're really giving everything to Akatsuki. I mean, how about it? Is this literally 4 chapters in a row from the last campaign? All the tanks were above 31%.
Right.
You know, that's just crazy. You know, we had a late one on chapter 2 and a kind of mid on chapter 1, but it has been all 31% and lower. I think it was 24, 24, 24, 31. I could be off a little bit.
You're right.
But still.
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid, Adam. Hopefully
It's
you're
chapter 3 as well.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think exactly where this is. I don't think this is in that area where they have to push into the tank spawn. I think this is out in the open. I don't remember because those other games we cast those spots were crazy when they had to go up there and spawn the tank.
But every single little percentage matters quite a lot at this area. 31%. I think they should have a safe run back most of the time. But, you know, you got hittables, you got a car, you got a dumpster. Even if they take it into the warehouse, there is the dumpster that it can kind of be snuck through with some finagling. Obviously, you know, the shelves doing a good job at preventing, but not shutting it down entirely. It's definitely still possible to wreak some havoc with that dumpster indoors. Smoker, Jockey, Charger, and a spit as the Smoker does what it can. Charger not going to land. Jumping up on top of the railings to avoid the spit. Beautiful take by Hokori to kick off chapter 3.
Yeah, that's a pretty clean take. Unfortunately for Akatsuki, they were not able to find a target, so they try to just get as much value as they can. Spit on the stairwell doesn't spread in their favor as the survivors. Oh, look at this. Jockey trying to grab the last guy. Gets M2 down, but a little early to do that. The tank's not quite ready yet, and now they only have 3 cappers. Interesting play coming out there from Gohan. I don't know what the play was, but they're going to sit up here and wait the event out.
Okay, got the charge. Usually we see teams want to have that smoker if they're going to go for a hit here, try to set up like a smoke charge situation, but I got to be real. SI's success rate at this area is quite low. It looks like, okay, they're going to go ahead and send in the Hunter into the Hunt spit, charge, smacking the spit, and coming in way late. Boom, going to find one, but as a whole, bit of a dud for the hit. Let's see, 11% before Verd comes in. I think they should be absolutely fine as far as the initial phases of the tank.
Oh, they actually do have to go up here a little further than
They
I
do.
No, not that bad.
But there it is.
That's not a threat. So it looks like 34. That's where it starts getting really sketchy with that tank spawn.
Right.
They're going to try to get a pull back to the hatchback. It doesn't work, but they get a charge. Oh my gosh, they're going to get an end cap. This is going to be a kill onto Aruki. Unless the survivors start to push him, they're just going to, Tank's just going to sit here and wait for help. And I don't think the survivors can do anything about this, no. They can't go because they'll just walk out and slap him with a car.
That's crazy. Then not only the smoke pool, smoke and mirrors, right? Because everyone was looking at the smoke pool like, uh-oh, but that gets cleared quick. The charge coming from behind, I mean, that was preventable for sure. Well done, Bird. Is he just going to go for the kill? Yes, he is. Going to go ahead and cash in a double cap. Oh, Jockey almost door dashed him one for free, but not quite. Aruki is going to go ahead and go down. Bird still 5k HP, 5100. Oh my god. The Rock as well. Team captain of Akatsuki making it work the best he can here. One player dead.
and how many we could see, even a couple more dead, maybe all of them dead.
Maybe so. Boomer rockets
Ooh.
in. Oh my god,
Oh.
no! That's huge!
And the other SIs didn't even have to go in to make that happen, so we still have the smoker, we still have the charger. We're waiting for the door. We're going to be able to run it in to avoid the hittable and also kind of get easy funneling of the commons, but Bird is obviously going to push the issue, bringing that car right up to them, and climbs up. Look at all the commons running in. But Hokori has basically diffused that triple boom. Incredible! Is Vert going to go down? Oh, he does get one smack. Charger dropping in. Gets another smack. Keeping Zyko in the corner. Smoker into the jockey. Into a side. Still got the Smoker alive. Charger is dead. Trying to get the wall bang from down below. But now he's cornered. Wow. Hokori doing absolutely everything they could to mitigate the pain of Haruki's death. But ultimately, it is unsuccessful. 149 points is all they get. And now, the question mark is truly there. Is this game over? Or did we get a little bit ahead of ourselves? Of course, this is a difficult chapter, but this tank is definitely manageable with minimal damage taken on the survivor side with some careful play.
Yeah, I definitely agree, Null. This is the chance. I mean, if we look at their delta now, they're down, what, 2,200? And this is a 1,400 point chapter. They can definitely put in 1,400 points here and knock it to about 4,250. I think that's reasonable, but I think that's absolutely what they need to do. And they need that in order to force the last two maps, but if they die to this tank, it is over for sure, and then that will be the exit of Akatsuki out of this tournament, and Hokori will move on into the semifinals of the loser bracket. We'll have to see. They still have to perform on their infected side against Akatsuki.
I mean, unless, you know, if they get wiped, then that's 3 chapters in a row where they have tied Hokori, essentially. We go to chapter 4. If we get an early tank, even an early tank is going to, you know, around the 30 percentages, is going to have access to at least one car, I think both cars. So, I mean, even if we go chapter 4, the possibility is there because the point total is very high. It's quite unlikely, again, to get the wipe in that area, but one stray hittable, you get the down, you get the kill, you're dealing with 3 survivors, it could happen to anyone. So even if they get wiped here, it's not dead yet. But if they do, if avoid wipe and get to the safe room with some bonus, oh my god, they're going to be looking so much more competitive going into chapter 4. We are just waiting for one ready up from Aisha, and we're going to be into it. And let's not forget, I mean, Hokori took this first hit so damn well. As for Akatsuki, the danger is definitely there. Players have been getting split on the Hokori or on the Akatsuki side pretty frequently. You know, runaway jockeys, smokers that are able to get their target without the tongue getting cleared. Hunt spits have definitely, you know, multi-charge situation. We'll have to wait and see how, you know, this plays out for Akatsuki. They definitely need to tighten up their survivor play.
And here we go live. It is going to be Akatsuki. It's their turn. Opening attack is going to be devastating set of spawns when you come out of a fire escape like this. I mean, they're all separators now. Jockey, charger, smoker. Nothing is stationary, so it's very dangerous. As they desperately try to blast for this jockey through the ceiling. As the hiccups have found me, and they finally get the jockey in the ass once. He shot him in the butt. That's not very nice, but they did get him.
Okay. Smoker spawns. Ooh, no good. Charger goes ahead and spawns in as a result. But best laid plans not really going to work. For Hokori, they still obviously look. Smoker 56 HP, jockey going in, charger missing, just stumbling. Spit comes out. Oh, a little bit of standing spit. Oh, there. I mean, the damage is quite good onto Akatsuki, all things considered.
How did you see the charger? He kind of like went around the door frame on the inside and went into the safe room and hit the wall. It was very weird.
Yeah.
A little janky, unsuccessful as far as landing, but they still do get damage from the spit, like you said. They're just, it's weird spread on that middle ladder. Just caused quite a bit of damage to Akatsuki. And now it looks like they're going to hold the top 2, maybe? They don't have a smoker to help with this charge, though, same as the other side. They had a 2-2 instead because the jockey just sent it by itself. And let's see what the survivors? Okay, they trigger the event. It has begun. They're going to wait for some of the common infected to go in. Then we should see the specials try to make something work. And here it goes. Jockey finds a target. The charger comes in. Oh, the charger misses. I don't think that really would have done much anyways, though, Nox. It's not an in cap, but still, he
Right.
gets him back there, but not quite able to land. Bonus down to triple eights.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you look at how much damage Hokori is successfully able to consistently push through, it does kind of give more and more signs that Akatsuki does absolutely desperately need this Chapter 3 to go their way. They have to avoid this tank wipe, which is looming over their head. We do have a 3-1. Smoker spawns in, pulls down row. Jockey it in, trying to jump in there. Charger certainly taking his time, kind of looking for a spawn, perhaps. Eventually, just, you know, doesn't go for anything. It does have his rocket spawn set up. Maybe could have a mirror of what happened to Hokori on their survivor side. But tank going to be coming up in the hands of a rookie quite soon. Charger's going to go ahead and go in. He gets melted. Spitter on 7 HP. He's still keeping it. Maybe a spit block, but I mean, he's really playing with fire here with his 7 HP. He doesn't get popped. And they are going to pay the price, walking through it. Hunter gets popped. AI Boomer dead. All SI's dead. Should be good to go.
Oh, and they're just going to back off. No aggression. They're just going to yield the whole open area and go back inside. That car is pretty close. Right now, I don't even know if they're the right plays to push forward because you have the car to worry about and all. I think they have to stay inside now. Yeah, I think they have no choice. This is a good job by Hokori by leaving the car up there.
But Hokori just lost their smoker. I mean, I feel like that's a great tool in this area. Very reminiscent of Chapter 2 of No Mercy that we just saw. You know, having that smoker to pull them off objects, pull them towards the tank. Could be quite valuable. Instead, we're going to see Wristburner with a Boomer. And we still got the Charger in the mix, too.
He's in. Oh, the jockey's going to grab him. I don't know what Nick was doing. Nick's going to get jocked. Oh, he gets by the tank. They get the clear, and they get out. Oh, Nick doesn't make the jump, but Psycho has to decommit with 3,400 and only got 1 smack so far. And he's got to go in right away. Ellis is in a bad spot. He's going to go for Ellis. Ellis is going to get hit no matter. Oh, he tries to juke him. Oh, he gives him the juke across the board, but he does punch him one time. I lost where Ellis even is. I don't even think he did get him. No, he didn't. And this is going to be, oh, the tank drops. And this is a dead Psycho. And that is pretty much no damage from that tank. They walk out with quad 1s on the hell screen.
Oh, a potential 1,800 plus point chapter for Akatsuki. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Keep in mind, we got the sewers coming up. We got this stairwell hit coming up. A lot of stage hazard left for Akatsuki here. But they have done the most important part. They cleared the tank. They didn't get wiped. They didn't lose a player. They're going to be able to get distance in. Tons of points on the board. But they've got to still tighten up their SI play, rather their survivor play. Beautiful, avoiding the charge. Such a huge hit if they are able to stack on literally anybody in that hit. They are not going to be able to do it. Charger dead, Spitter dead. What do you think?
Yep, M2 comes out. Look at their bonus. 1,100
Wow.
even. 71.4 to be exact. What is it? I called, I think, 700 to put them in a respectable spot, so they're a couple hundred above that. Actually, if they walk in with this, they will bring it within 400, but it's not going to happen. They'll definitely take some more damage. We'll see how much will that be before they get to the safe room with a Boomer sack. No, I think they're going to wait for a full hit. Don't think they'll send it with 3.
Corey on chapters 1 and 2 are more than happy to go with some crazy experimental plays. They might be regretting it a little bit now. Wristburner's got 3 seconds left before he's up. Charger goes hopping over. Smoker's good. that's going to be it. They clear up the rest. They stay strong with 2/3 of the bonus still in tow. If they were to get 70 points in for the next few hits, then that would be great for Akatsuki. But they are in a serious danger area. The sewers is just prone to SI decimation, multiplayer spits, multi-caps, runaway this, runaway that. It is definitely possible to wipe away the bonus of Akatsuki still.
All right, they're just going to blitz all the ladders.
Wow.
They took all of them. That last one is really hard to take. The spitter even pre-spits to slow them down, and now they get a hit inside the sewer. Here comes the Hunter lands. They'll get a pound spit. I don't know where the jockey... Oh, and they pop it on him. That is devastating. And that opens up the damage bonus. And wow, does that point drop very quickly when that damage bonus was affected and all. Soup down to 910. Still plus 210 of what I called, though. Just saying.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, this is still looking good for Akatsuki, but their job is not done yet. The spread was horrific for Ellis. I feel like Boo hasn't played badly. I mean, I feel like he's played all right. He just hasn't been able to catch a break. A lot of the times, we'll see what they can do here. Charger, Jockey, Smoker, and a Spitter as they climb up out of the pipe, which is going to be coming here shortly. And it looks like a Smoker already spawned in, ready to just go ahead and start pulling whoever is brave enough to climb up first. We got the Spitter that can spit, spread all around the pipe. Still, this is like pretty much the most dangerous hit in the chapter outside the tank. And they are starting to risk it, clearing out commons. They are gonna, the Charger is so tantalizingly close to being able to be chipped down. And they're all giving noise cues. The survivors are desperately trying to find a way, underneath the car, in between the wheels, trying to find little feetsies of these SIs to be able to shoot them and get some pre-chip in, soften them up a little bit. Smoker's down to 192 HP, Spitter's at 65 HP, and the time of reckoning is nigh.
Oh, they got to go back down. I think there's a horde event. Yep.
Wow.
You know what, though? This might actually not be a terrible call. Look at all the comments.
Right.
This actually might be the play here.
And they definitely don't want to hit here. I mean, the pipeline is so important.
Actually, to be honest with you, I think the better play might be to back up further. And the reason why I say that is if they back up further now, they can wait for the bait timer to start again, and they can push forward and stop it.
The Spitter keeps spitting into the tunnel. He did his classic surprise MF bind. I don't know if that was because he got some standing spit. He must have gotten some standing spit there on the survivors as they were clearing out the commons. But again, we're back to ground, back on the ground floor here. Oh! And the spit trying to block. Charger. Oh, infinite charge for Boo, though. The DB is protected, as Zyko says, yeah. And talk about getting bailed out there. There's still your very important 700 bonus situation as well. This is looking like it could be 1,400 points for them.
Yeah, I think they needed a little bit more than that, and they might be able to rush this. I don't know. They slow down anyways. I think they could have made it. Hunter's trying to just delay this, and they're going to have to deal with the tri-cap with a boom before they make it in the safe room. Red Shore with a jockey, if you want to be technical about it. It's going to be difficult to get good value, but they could dip them under 700 bonus that we were calling for. The boomer dies. Not quite sure what's going on with the spectator, but he leaves.
Smoker, Hunter, Jockey, 10 seconds left on the rookie. They are split. Boo is eating it there for a moment, but Coach is going to be able to clear for him. 700 even is exactly what they walk in.
Wow.
Just what the doctor ordered.
They did exactly what I call. That is insane. 1,400, 4,240, to 5056. I just had deja vu. I don't know why. Didn't we cast a game here when a team got to the safe room here and had like 700 bonus and took a hit and it dropped down to 150? I forget
It's
who.
completely, yeah.
It sounds familiar. I don't know why.
Well, regardless, it is going to be Akatsuki down. How much at this point? I think 816 points is what they are down versus Hori at this point, which is quite a promising amount, especially considering this is 700 distance. There's massive point potential. The flip side, of course, will be that this is a 71% tank. So Hokori is guaranteed some big distance. But still, I mean, the amount of bonus on the board, if a wipe were to come out, there's still huge flip potential, and we still got that finale potential as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The finale is known to be very survivor-sided. It has a lot of cars and all, but only one of them is deadly. But which one is it? We have yet to know. We'll figure it out
I
eventually.
forgot about that.
Yeah, we will figure that out eventually, and because I want to know, just so we know which car to pay attention to when we cast it, and the survivors know which one to pay attention to, which is going to be difficult to. Really, oh, this infected would really know, unless they watch him punch it the whole way, technically. Here we go. Could be the final chapter. 5,054 for Hokori, 4,240 for Akatsuki. Here comes the hunter, finds a target, pound spit, unsuccessful. Oh, wait a minute, he's swimming in the spit up top, so it works out. And they get 41 points of damage from that spitter. What? That spitter failed, doll.
Yeah, it did. I was laughing at it, and all of a sudden, sometimes what looks like a failure is nothing but a delayed success. So, well done by Akatsuki, able to get 8% in from that hit. We talk at lengths on Chapter 4 Detour Ahead about how these hits for the SIs are not the easiest to really milk some effective percentage on. They're scrambling, though. I mean, what is this rush out of Hokori? We got Rochelle already dropping down for taking the 1v1. Against the charge, he's going to be able to sidestep it. No heartbreak happening for Hokori there, but they definitely have been playing fast and loose here on Detour Ahead.
Reloading.
Yeah, 10% bonus con with 2 hits. Most of it came from the first, though. A little bit of friendly fire just happened. I believe someone shot Ellis in the butt. But if there was ever a survivor I'd want to shoot, it would be that one. But that's just me being me. But
wow, bro, you hate the Southern boy. That's crazy. As a Tennessean, that is crazy.
The fat boomer. Look what is this boomer doing? Okay, I was about to say, Boo is being very boomerish with that boomer.
He sure was.
And he died.
And we only have 3 SIs for this. Jockey's ready to hop on and latch on.
Screw it, let's go.
Got the shenanigans available. Look at that smoke. Hunter comes in. Okay, it was okay. No. They're going to be able to shut it down.
You know what? No, I like the try, but there was a problem with that. Everything's got to go at the same time. The hunter's got to go for the back guy, and the jockey and smoker got a combo. And I believe if they would have went at the same time since that pull was happening and the hunter covered, they should have had it.
You're absolutely right.
That is absolutely possible. If they only send 2 survivors, you just need to make sure you send everything over there. Look at the spawn in between. Nice charger. Spitter wasn't there. He's a little late. They'll get a little spit out of it, but not probably what they wanted. The additional 5% comes out of it, and they'll be at 13-16. Take 1 or 2 hits before they can advance forward.
Reloading!
Yeah, I mean, dude, the damage is not bad. Everything considered. Hokori is going to go ahead and tuck in back over here. Probably not going to take much damage as they wait out the event. Quad for Akatsuki. I don't know. I mean, I would say I would prefer a spit here, but at the same time, where are you really going to spit? There's so much, there's railings, there's stuff to jump on top of, there's the traffic cones as well, and they're going to back it all the way up and hold the squad. I can't really blame them. So they're just going to wait. It looks like they're even going to play around Death Jock area. Keep in mind, if you are on those train tracks and you get hanged as a survivor, you're going down. Even if it's a jockey or a smoker, you're still going down.
Yeah, you need a survivor to pick you up within 3 seconds, because as soon as you release from being ledge hang, you are dead when your weight falls on that lower ground. You fall down to your demise. But no, since they are down quite a bit, I think this is the play they have to go for. They have to try to get a kill here. Maybe not land the quad. I mean, quad would be better, but I think they just want to try to guarantee something, you know?
Yep. Look at the charge setup, charge jockey smoker overload onto Zyko. But Zyko just runs right past it. And, you know, I don't know if I really like it because, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe if he had charged Zyko down the alleyway, then the jockey can, like, hop on a guy who's trying to cover for. I'm not really sure what the play was there. Obviously, some results-oriented thinking, but that hit just didn't seem to ever have much of an impact on Hokori, regardless of the situation. They're going to go and approach this tank. Another hit is able to though, and it gets neutralized with ease. So a lot of that pressure from Akatsuki early on has fizzled out, but they are still able to get 20%. Fortunately for Hokori, they've got no one bleeding out because MK, we've talked to, I mean, it feels like we've seen this tank every single time that we've covered Detour ahead the past like 3 or 4 times. We always see this tank, and it's been kind of flabbergasting to see how the survivors approach it because they just like give vision to the tank a lot.
Yeah, they kind of just stare in the distance now, you know?
Yeah.
Because and you only take 1 damage, and Hokori is taking off.
Yeah, look at Rochelle, Whisper leading the way, bringing his troops back. I mean, Boo was gallivanting around, just taking his time. I think this was not the right decision by. This was extremely greedy, and I think he just AI'd his tank through the game, if I'm being real.
Yeah, I mean, they are running backwards away from the map there, but the whole jockey does cover. The hunter was a little late. They do get some good damage. I think if that smoker was angled on the side, they might have got a kill there if he ledge hanged. I don't know if it would have made the destination, but it was pretty tight. Good try, Cap. Getting down a quarter bonus? I mean, that's still not terrible, but...
Yeah. This tank is done. Boo is 65% second pass. Even with, you know, all of the time freezes in the world, he is absolutely AI'd. Hopefully, Akatsuki just going to try to... Yeah, they're going to go and sack the boom. Just going to try to have a quad ready to go, I suppose. With the AI tank's engagement, if he even finds his way in, sometimes he gets stuck. Yeah, there's AI tank. As Boo just kind of left him to go AI and just was hanging out in on the bridge.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a while for this tank to get here. In fact, I don't know if I think I just stay with them because they're not gonna hit. They're just gonna sack to make sure they have a quad for whenever he gets there.
Yep.
So this is gonna be a long journey for the tank to get to where he needs to go. The survivors are moving forward now, a little bit it seems. I think they want to move forward so they can run backwards more and shoot him on the retreat, I would guess. He's gonna punch the car too? Oh, I thought for a second he's gonna punch that car. I was like, no way. Go around. Nope, he's just gonna climb right over. Very odd to call AI tanks, but here we go. AI tank is going to take a very odd route, throw a rock right out in the open. Oh, he almost lands the rock! All right, Hunter makes a sound. Smoker's up. Here comes the charger, and they go way too early. And they land a tri-cap! The tank's coming in. He is going to grab Ellis. He gets a punch onto Ellis. Oh, now he gets juked, so now he's not going to get anything else. Unfortunate. I don't know what the tank was doing there. That's just the AI being the AI. No, he's not going to get nothing else. One more rock comes out before he dies. And considering it was AI, 1 in cap coming out, it's not terrible.
It's not. I just felt like that was such a heartbreaker. It's something that it's just the fundamentals, right? It's something that you touch on quite a bit is when you've got the quad, if you send in the smoke, that is the most fragile and easy to clear piece of the quad. So if you send it in first, and the survivor's reaction speed, you're basically relying on the survivor's reaction speed not being fast enough. Or maybe if you smoke in an area with an isolated survivor, that could work.
But if they're all out in the open with vision of each other, sitting in that smoke first is usually a mistake, and it felt like it was here for on this as well. Of course, it is a bit of the butterfly effect. If they weren't turning and clearing for that smoke, would the other things have landed? Maybe not, but I think the fundamentals are very important there, and the smoker could have waited just a bit longer.
Ooh, this fast bomb. Oh, the Hunter gets blasted. Charger was not able to make it. Smoker was late. He tried to go for the death toll I was calling earlier. And that's a quad dealt with. 814 bonus remains with 40% of the map left to go. And unless they get quadded, it looks like Hokori is going to ride into the semifinals of the loser bracket next week now.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately for Akatsuki, this is a loser bracket match. So elimination means they have to pack their bag, head out of the NA ReBooT tournament. 2-2, Hunter Jockey.
Reloading.
Going through, they get the boom sack. But at this point, I wonder if Hokori can even beat the boom spawn. They are shopping a bit, so I guess they're just going to take this hit. Because even if they don't hit this awning, there is plenty of room inside of the warehouse to just kind of drop in on them. And yeah, so I don't blame Hokori for just chilling out, shopping a bit, making sure they got exactly what they want. Clearing out commons as well. That's going to be that. Hit going to come in shortly. Very optimized hit for Akatsuki. But they're going to need insane damage. And Hunter does get skeeted by the SMG. It's something that can happen. Jockey does land, but not getting the double cap on the back, not getting any spit. And in my opinion, this is officially the end. 600, 719 bonus that Corey is sitting on, as well as looking like they're going to get that full distance guaranteed. And that is just a short and sweet way to wrap it up for Corey.
I see a safe house this way.
It absolutely is. They'll get one more chance. Not the greatest attack, though. Let's see what they can do with the tri-cap with the boom. The smoker does land, but Nick gets the clear. The Hunter was a little late, does land stumble, and the infected are just attacking opposite sides of the map, not getting good value. Down to 669 bonus. It'll be 668 to be exact. And here is a 8-chapter score total of 6,424 points for Hokori after No Mercy and Detour ahead, 1 through 4 each. And let's see if we could do a damage and point evaluation of what they would need to take the lead here now. And they can get a total of 20, let me think, 2230. No. Try to figure out my math here. Hold on. 2240 is the total. So actually, they could technically still win if they can make it to the safe room with only losing less than 200 bonus.
Okay. All right.
Technically, you got to call it like it is.
Okay.
The math is there now. It is still there.
It is. And Spitter is going to go ahead and go in first. Boom dies as well. Still got the smoker hanging out. 1%. Not a bad start for Akatsuki. Getting the scratch as well. And I mean, look, Wrist Burner again, a third of the team's damage, 16 SI clear or kills. It certainly has not been a detriment to not be working with their core 4. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, Wrist Burner is kind of just pull and plug. He'll fit wherever you put him. I mean, literally.
Yeah, right. Yeah. A really strong attempt at a comeback from Akatsuki. Let's go ahead and lock back in here as the potential is still there. We can't, completely forget that possibility is still around us. Zyko got to wait 3 seconds for a spawn in. Hunter, Jockey, and a Charger going to be joined by that spit. But the problem is Akatsuki has already gotten wide out in the open. But the Jockey is kind of just continuing to stalk behind them. Okay, yeah, he does eventually decide to go back into Ghost, which makes the most sense to me. Hunter spawned in as well, though. But yeah, I think this is just going to be a Seed of Van hit, plain and simple.
Yeah, look at how patient Akatsuki is taking this. They are trying by all means to make sure they keep as much Survivor. Even question mark comes out from Montex. Like, what's going on?
What? Oh, hey, they're trying to win their tournament matches, stay in the NA ReBooT tournament. Seems pretty forward to me. I respect the hell out of Akatsuki for doing it. I'm going to go ahead and be clearing the commons, backing it up, hanging out. And yeah, I love that they're taking their time. They're trying to approach this as surgically as possible, because when you are in this position, it's a lot easier to say, to be an audience member or to be a caster than to be a player when you are in this such an unlikely of a position and to still stay locked in. So I applaud Akatsuki for it. Gonna try to get the jockey separation on isolated coach. Hunter will be dealt with. Charger will unfortunately for Akatsuki land with the smackdown. Jockey even lands and gets a little bit in there. Of course, the player wasn't in the spit, so no reason not to just hop on the head. Get a little bit more damage pumped through, and that is exactly what Hokori needed.
Yeah, now there's only 3 points left for them to give up. Actually, I think it's already over, but it's still technically over the 1,400 point score delta.
Finale.
Technically, yeah, this is also correct. Hunter, Boo's a little separated from his team right now. They're not in the greatest of spot to take an attack, especially with a spit. Smoker will miss though, and I don't even see where the Hunter is now. Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He eventually goes in. They're going to get that hunt spit, which is, again, I mean, just landing a couple hunt spits here and there is exactly what Hokori needs here. Just run in with their tank, don't AI it, get a smack or two, and Akatsuki's essentially going to fall over here unless they have something unspeakable happen in the finale. But regardless, I love the heads-up play from Boo, able to sidestep the smoker, and just showing that he kind of has been a victim of circumstance at times. Still playing with the heads up. That's exactly what I would want in a non-core 4 player. Like, maybe he's not quite at the same level as us, but if he keeps his head up, keeps his head in it, you'll love to see that. In comes the quad. Going to be shut down. Boot cutting the tongue. Does get hit by the jockey there for a moment, but wipes it all up, and away they go, continuing on.
Not bad. Down to 83.1. If they even make a save room with this, they'll be down 130 going into Chapter 5 if they choose to play it. But again, the tank is still at large now, so there's still a lot of work. And I don't know. I think the cutoff would be 800. That was my opinion, but they have the right to do what they want. I'm surprised they really didn't play No Mercy Finale now, because the tank spawns right out of the safe room, so if you get a wipe, the other team gets 0, and if you kill it, it's all positive points. I was just a little shocked at that, from just in my opinion. So, but it's up to them. The losing team doesn't have to play it if they don't want to, so can't really deny that access. It's their choice.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, it's a good question because in a tank like that, it does feel quite coin flippy. But let's go ahead. You'd think Akatsuki would want to take a coin flip. 50% is probably higher than they normally expect. Hunter comes in. Charger is going to be melted. No deaths, but again, they sink through the damage by landing an in-capper with a spit, whether it's a Hunter, whether it's a Charger. As long as you get that damage in, that guaranteed damage, they're doing exactly what they need to do.
Try this shotgun.
Nick is pretty separated. He's just slow down. There's a lot of commons around him right now. He's got to slow down a bit so he can get common locked. Team is now catch up with him. Spawns are now in rotation. Not easy to get a hit out here, though, no. It's really tough to get anything, in my opinion, around these concrete bags, trees, and these walls by the train tracks. Very difficult to get anything, in my opinion. Let's see how well Hokori can muster up some damage without a spitter or a charger.
Okay. Got the boom. It's going to kind of be a not really having much impact at all, this boom will, because they'll just be able to, you know, wait if they get big boomed. But actually, Wrist Burner is the boom and the tank. Quite the way to bring in Wrist Burner here with the final tank probably of the match here. Probably doesn't even need to send in the boom. Can just get a nice little AI boom. It's probably not going to do too much either. But let's see what he does. He's kind of positioning around, trying to get a little from down below if possible. Hey, he gets the window brought open to him. Gets a double boom. But the tank wasn't quite brought in. The timing, you know, he had to hope that they would walk into it. The tank being brought in. Akatsuki does not do that, which does allow them, Akatsuki rather, to just clear out the commons and then bring in the tank.
Yeah, they're not taking any chance. They're making sure all these commons are gone. Actually, they got their spawns again. They could actually hit with a quad, but they're not gonna. Charger becomes the tank, so he dies, and this could be the final tank of the game for this tournament match. For Hokori, into the hands of Frag4's Wrist Burner, and he doesn't get the extra log. He just goes with one, and doesn't look like he's wasting any time. He's gonna roll it right in away now. Look at this. He splits the survivors. Okay, let's see what he can pull out. There's a pull separation. Blue gets the clear. Oh, Coach is in a really bad place. He's going to get punched. No, he's not. Oh, my goodness. Wristburner's in a scenario here. This could be nothing. Oh, it's all on Nick. Nick is a little separated. 14, 19, 46 left. And they should just run, and I think they're gonna. And Wristburner's in. Oh my goodness, they could make it to the safer with only a 300 delta difference. Oh, this is crazy. No. I don't know if they should keep running. Maybe they should just wait. He's wide out in the open now. Oh, this is so dangerous. Yeah, they gotta keep going now. Yeah, they gotta keep going at this point. This is risky, though. They could give a lot of free damage away. The boomer lands. This charger lands. Oh, he gets a double charge. I don't know how much damage. Oh, there's a forklift. He body blocks. Oh, and he eats it. Gohan, what are you doing? And they're going to lose a survivor by one of the most questionable calls. Oh, no. The bonus drops to 606. And it looks like this match might just come to an end. I don't know what they're going to have now. We'll have to see.
That was not it, bro. I mean, it was such a good attempt, and then, yeah, I mean, it's rough, right? Because you have to do every single step of this dance perfectly. If one step is out of order, it brings the whole operation tumbling. That's exactly what happened. Akatsuki has such a pristine call, but then the follow-up, the call to just continue through. You saw that charge from a mile away. I definitely saw it as well. I saw that charge coming in from a mile away. They are going to call for the final. Akatsuki wants to do every single thing they can. They're down almost 1,000 points, but they are still going to call it, and we are going to see it in action. Again, probably not going to amount to much, but at least we get another chapter of some an incredible match.
Yeah, it's an incredible match, but no, they think that's too much of a deficit. No, we know this final chapter is only worth, what is it? I think 1,600, 500 distance, right? I could be wrong. Let's double check, make sure. No, it's 600. Okay. So they have 1,000-point lead. If they make to the safe room with no bonus, I believe that should be GG, because 600 times 3, 18. That'll leave them 19, 20, I think is the bonus that they can have total on this chapter. Yes, 1920 is perfect. And we're not waiting at all. No, we're going live. Opening hack tack will be 2-2 jog or Smoker. And here they go. Smoker pull. Hunter lands and the stumble. Nice start for Akatsuki with a double boom. 2.8% with the opening hit. And tank coming in very shortly. And no, Verd needs to have one of the biggest tanks for his team to keep their tournament life alive. Because even if they get the kill or the wipe, they need to put up an absolutely massive score of bonus on their survivor side. They're down far, but they're not out.
Yeah, man. I mean, we'll see what they can do. It's hard to shake off that tank. I keep thinking about it. But we will go ahead and move on. Jockey insta almost some solid damage. It will still be all right, but yeah, rough situation. Bird gonna be brought in as the tank again, team captain for Akatsuki. Got that. He's kind of like a minesweeper, right? You got one car that kills, the rest is doing 24 points.
I like that analogy. Minesweeper with the cars. Which one's gonna be the bomb? You don't know. Let's try to figure it out. But you want to play the good minesweeper when you're the infected. You want to find the bomb.
Yeah,
and for
exactly.
And for those that don't know what we mean, one of these cars are an in cap, and all the other ones are 24 damage. So which one is which, we don't know, and that's going to be the entertaining part to find out. But man, is he bringing a ton of? Oh, that was pretty close though. But it's going to be some time till he gets all these in.
Bye. Great hit on that one. Another one clearing. What we've seen happen to teams is they've gotten all the stacked up where like that kind of tan one or dark blue one is, and it can be kind of rough. Okay, these aren't at the best spot, but at least he got him over the fence. But he is taking some chip. He's gonna leave one. Go ahead and start hitting these other two. Gonna have 3 to continue to volley into play.
Yeah, I think he should have brought more in off. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah. I mean, they're cornered, right? They can't AI him. They're cornered here.
He can Set up too.
Wow.
What do you think now? Did he bring any of the right car? Last time it was the gold car. It was the gold car last
Oh,
time.
snap.
And that's the gold car.
Oh, Goldie. Oh, my God.
Oh! Is it the gold car? No, it's not!
Oh, no,
It's
it's not.
24 damage. Oh no, poor Bird. I don't know about this rock though.
E-Rock.
And he punches it around, trying to get. Oh, he punches it out of
Oh.
play. Good try, but unfortunately, I don't know. No, in my opinion, I think these cars should all in cap, but with how easy this, this
that
finale
would be,
is, you know what I mean?
exactly. It makes
Yeah.
it so much easier. I mean, the rest of the finale is just kind of like a cakewalk. So upping the difficulty of managing the tank would, from the survivor's perspective, would definitely be warranted in my opinion. In comes the charge. I will say, Rispner there was a wobbling car, and I think he did get hit by it, the kind of light blue one. So we confirmed that one was not neither one of the cars that were ultimately brought in by Bird were the death cars. Gonna have to go ahead and pop pills. I mean, yeah, taking some unnecessary damage, but again, like you said, if they just get in the safe room with no bonus, they're good. But the flip side is the SIs are always gonna go for quads, and in comes one. Charge is gonna land, punch is gonna land, jockey will be cleared, which is the most important piece of the puzzle for Hokori here at this moment, as they do avoid death.
Yeah, the smoker missed his spawn. No, he didn't have anything to help there. He could have separated the one that was all by himself. Beautiful double charge. You can't ask anything more from a charger on a map like this. No, it's wide open. He got a double and turned around, and his friends were not there to finish the job. And Hokori will drop down to 807. And the spit and boom go again. And it looks like we're going to have one final quad attempt before they make the push into the rescue vehicle. And they have already accumulated 412 points of this distance. And it's still accumulating now. They need to land it now or never. Time is ticking.
It sure is. It sure is. I mean, we've got this storefront area. A little outlet area that they're going to be walking past, and that's it. There's a helicopter. We got this quad. Is do or die, quite literally. I feel like we've been in this position. This brings me back to RBT 7. So many matches. Going down here into the finale, and it all comes down to the smoker is good. Everything else is so far to go, though. Charge will land or smackdown. Sure. They get some damage. What? 730 bonus is going to be way, way insurmountable. And I think we'll just call the GGWP unless Akatsuki just feels like wasting Hokori's time at this point.
And Rochelle's a little slow. I don't know if no time for another. We're going to walk in with 700 ton bonus. The survivors stay in the helicopter this time and are not pooped out like last time we casted this game. And that is an impressive 9 chapters scored of 7,748. Well done by Hokori. And the mathematics, I think, is already passed. They cannot come back anymore.
I know I've been praising Rispner so much, but I mean, how can you not? Like, the guy gets again MVP SI. Like, I haven't checked every single SI MVP, but out of the ones that I've checked, only one has not been in favor of Rispner. It's really crazy. He's been doing a third of the damage, which if you factor in that there's 4 members on Survivor side, that's a hell of a lot of damage to be consistently putting out. Sometimes as high as 40%. Just crazy amounts of damage output. It shows he really just understands the game and has the accuracy as well. Just the full package. We got the smoker on one end, the boomer on the other, ready for an arc. Hunter off by the luggage, ready to go on a trip of some sort. And we've also got the spitter ready to go as well. Hunter goes in, his boom gets picked. Not going to be able to land the hunt spit. Nice play by Akatsuki. Honestly, well played.
Yep, beautiful shutdown. Just waiting for the spit to clear up before they advance forward. It looks like they want to try to... Whoa. Wait, what? Did you see that?
What? I saw 3 bungee jumping, reverse bungee jumping SIs, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I saw a bunch of commons flying through the air. More than one.
Yeah.
I think there's like
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Or 3, yeah.
Apparently they must have got wings. They must have been drinking some Red Bull or something because they're just on top of it. But Tri-Cap with Boom coming in, no smoker and all, and this is probably the last hit before tank. See what Hokori can do, just waiting to spring it.
Gonna be a Zyko tank with all these hitables. Danger, danger. Nice from Boo. He does eat the hunt as a result, but they get that mopped up quickly. Zyko is gonna have the boom. Probably AI that. And he doesn't.
He's trying to bring as many as he can and all. I'm gonna keep the camera on Zyko and see what. Oh no! Oh, what the? You see that car? That flew all the way through the map. It got stuck on top of each other, and that's just physics of Left 4 Dead doing great things. Oh my gosh! That car almost hits him. Boomer misses. Cars in the sky everywhere. Okay, he didn't get as many as I thought he was gonna get, but still.
Right.
He's gonna back up, maybe. No, he's not gonna grab any more. Boo being very aggressive over here. Crazy aggressive to try to get Chip onto this tank. Nothing wrong with it, 'cause there's nothing to lose, but Survivor's gonna hold right here. They have no desire to move. Shooting Zyko down about 1,000. Another 200. 4,500. Oh, he splits the Survivors. Smoker gets a pull onto Boo. Oh, he gets a double punch. Smoker and Charger are. Oh, the Charger misses Boo. Then goes back just to punching him. Then eventually gets cleared. He eats his pills. He goes over to another car. Coach is stuck in the corner. Coach gets out, gets punched. Another punch onto Nick now. And eventually Zyko will die off. And they will lose about half their bonus and 3 sets of pills fighting the tank. That was bananas.
Okay. Yeah, that was. They survived, but obviously eating quite a bit of damage here. If they had a successful chapter 4, eating that much damage on the tank would still be a huge no-no here for Akatsuki. Hokori did a great job of getting their damage in. Even with the Charger missing, that was ridiculous. But still kind of out of position, taking advantage of it. I'm surprised they couldn't clear the Smoker, honestly, from where they were positioned. But trying to clear it, they were trying to clear it, and they got double smacked. So it just shows, the importance of having that awareness. We go into, I didn't quite see, I'm assuming that was a second pod, but honestly, Hokori can just do whatever they want at this point.
Yeah, it's all just fun for them now. They can literally just go run in the helicopter and wait for them, and they're fine if they really chose to do so.
Just take off with them, yeah.
But they're gonna try to end it in fashion. Charger causing a distraction. Hunter Smoker lands. Charger and Jockey late and not able to win their 1v1s. Jockey cannot win with. Eventually finds out how to get Rochelle, as Wristburner says, surprise. I won't say it. But you know what he's going to say.
Right.
And the last pills should be popped by Isha. And it does look like they'll make it and put up a little bit more than 6,000 points. Maybe 6,300, I would guess.
All right.
And I guess No Mercy finale just wouldn't really come into play.
Yes, not. You never know. I still think, I think going for it with play, I was kind of perplexed by them not. On the other hand, Corey was winning all the chapters, so they're like, why give them that? But each chapter is its own thing. Just because you lost the chapters before it doesn't mean that finale is guaranteed to go bad. But regardless, I respect it. Nice little charge avoid by Bird there to finish off the chapter for them, and we're going to see the unfortunate departure of Akatsuki on one end. But let's give it up for how much progression they have made as a team. To be facing off against Hokori one moment in his Donkey Cup grand finale, the next moment deep in the playoffs in a reboot. They're seriously charting out a path for themselves and making a name for themselves. And it's been amazing to watch.
Poppy MK. And that is going to be Hokori getting the victory over Akatsuki. 7,748, 6,434. GG, no. What a game on a Monday to start the week.